We're going to prove these two trigonometric identities right here. And so let's look at it. The first one we have is 1 minus secant of x divided by 1 minus cosine of x equals negative secant of x. And what I like to do on this right-hand side here, I'm going to just remind myself what that is. That's 1 divided by cosine of x. So that's just my little thinking. And I'm going to go ahead and write this in terms of sine and cosine. So this is 1 over cosine. Now, I'm going to eliminate the complex fraction here by multiplying my numerator and my denominator by cosine of x, and distribute here. So that's going to be cosine of x minus 1, because when you multiply these two, that's 1. And then on this one, I'm just going to leave this on the outside, cosine of x times 1 minus cosine of x. And the reason I did that is, hopefully you know this, when you see this form of a minus b divided by b minus a, that equals negative 1. So if you cross those two out, that equals negative 1. So we're going to get basically negative 1 over cosine of x, which does indeed equal negative secant of x. So they do match up here. And if you want to know why this works, you can just put in numbers. You do 5 minus 3 over 3 minus 5. That's going to be 2 over negative 2, which equals negative 1. The real reason is this. Let me go ahead and erase this. If you take your a minus b divided by b minus a and multiply the numerator and denominator by negative 1, I'm not going to touch the numerator but the denominator, so what I'll have in the denominator is negative b plus a. So I actually have negative a minus b, and if I flip this around, I get a minus b again. That cancels, and we're left with this negative 1. So anytime you see something like this, or what we just had, it's negative 1. All right, for this one, basically, I started it. Let me write out the right problem. It's 1 divided by 1 plus tan of x plus 1 divided by 1 plus cotan of x. And I always write cosine, it's supposed to be cotan. Cotan of x equals 1. So basically my common denominator is, and that's what I had written before, 1 plus tan of x times 1 plus cotan of x. So we'll just do that butterfly multiplying thing. You get 1 plus cotan of x plus 1 plus tan of x if we use this new common denominator. Now this numerator is going to be basically 2 plus cotan of x plus tan of x. Now the denominator, we're going to have to FOIL that out. So we do first, you get 1, then you do outer, get plus cotan of x, do inner, plus tan of x, and outer is tan times cotan, which you should know sine over cosine times cosine over sine. That cancels all out and equals 1. So we have a plus 1. So bottom line is we have 2 plus cotan of x plus tan of x. And if we add these two 1s, we have the same thing. 2 plus cotan of x plus tan of x. And that all equals 1. Or you can say 1 equals 1 if you're supposed to do that. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.